Donald Trump's getting a little concerned about the economy, and I don't blame him. The job numbers were absolutely dismal, and I think they're probably worse than we even know. And by that, I mean, within a month or two, we will get revisions upon this month. And we're also, you could see the so-called tariff revenue increasing. That is tax revenue increasing, and it's a regressive tax. It's going to inhibit the spending of people who don't have a lot of money because prices are going up for them. We're seeing the inflation numbers go up. We're seeing both joblessness and inflation go up. There's a name for that. It's called stagflation. It's very bad because ostensibly, the more people work, the more opportunity there is for inflation because you have more capacity to buy things. And that creates a supposed scarcity because demand is greater. I happen to personally think that demand as a driver for inflation is overstated and that it's been set up that way so that the Fed has a dual mandate to increase employment, but also to keep a cap on inflation. For years, and not that long ago, when I started doing this job, we were told by the Fed and economic experts that 6% was really the lowest you could go with employment without having out of control inflation. You just couldn't do it. It just wasn't physically possible. You needed to have 6% unemployment to maintain inflation numbers. And then that turned out not to be the case. We didn't really make much of that. People didn't really talk about it too often after that.
Right.
Oh, well. We spent a long time. Well,
just wasting human potential.
But the reason why it's set up as that dual mandate is that it puts the idea of employment pitted against inflation. And if you have too many people who are making, barely a livable wage, that it's going to create inflation, as opposed to wealth inequality being a big driver of inflation. Now, there's other drivers of inflation. You could have like a once-in-a-lifetime pandemic and it would screw up logistics. Or you could have corporate price gouging because they found a justification to raise prices. Nevertheless, the idea of having both inflation and higher employment, meaning that more people are not making money, is very problematic because then the Fed doesn't know what to do.
Higher unemployment, you mean? Right?
Higher unemployment, I should say lower employment, higher unemployment and inflation. The Fed really then...
They can't do anything because they can't cut rates in their view, right? And they're probably right. They can't. Trump is trying to get them to cut rates, but because tariffs are inflationary, then that is the bind that they're in, even as we're seeing unemployment tick up. So he's created literally a perfect storm to destroy our economy, and it's not even been a year.
But Trump has figured out how to fix the economy, and that is to call into Squawk Box and pretend nothing's happening.
Else. I got the highest vote in the history of Texas, a record that they say won't be beaten unless I run again.
Are you going to run again?
No,
Constitution
probably not.
Okay.
Probably not.
And you're not going to fire Jay Powell. We'll go all talk about all the stuff that.
Hey, Becky, I'd like to run. I have the best poll numbers I've ever had. You know why? Because people love the tariffs and they love the trade deal, and they love that foreign countries aren't ripping us off anymore. For years they ripped us off, friend and foe. And the friend was worse.
Overall poll numbers, you don't have the best you ever had in overall poll numbers. You do. I cited one of those.
I have the best poll numbers I've ever had.
Among
I have poll numbers where I'm 71%. I have the best poll numbers.
Those are among Republicans.
No. Among Republicans, I'm at 94 and 95%. No, I'm talking about generally. I have the. Let me put it this way: there was a gentleman on Harry Emden yesterday on CNN.
Positive.
And he went crazy over how well.
I don't like that guy. What's the name of that guy on Squawk Box?
The Republican?
Yeah, Joe Kernan. I find Kernan to be an a-hole and a douchebag. But I can empathize because I've had conversations with grandparents before.
Yeah.
And you keep saying stuff to them and they don't hear you. And then they start to mispronounce things like Harry Memmen.
The gentleman on Harry Enton.
All right.
We've had 12 years now of just old geriatric presidents who do nothing but watch TV, whether it's Fox News or Morning Joe or Harry Empton.
Yeah.
Just pop up this one. This is Trump's net approval rating on issues. You'll notice that there is a black line that goes across 0.
No, that black line is 100%.
He was actually above 100%.
And you will notice that on immigration, economy, trade, and inflation, there's a little dash before you get to the percentage, and that suggests below the net approval rating. So he's underwater on all of those things.
This is using golf rules.
0. It's sad. Yes. He's well, I have a low score. I'm doing it the golf way. And here is where he put up. Do we have?
I just sent the overall approval. This
his
is
overall approval
Nate
rating
Silver's aggregator.
Is here. Do we have that?
Silver Bulletin.
Yeah. 52% disapprove, 44% approve. I don't even know where. If you subtract 44 from 52, take that difference. It's 8. Add it to 52, add it to 44 twice. No, 3 times. That's how you get to 71.
Fascinating.
That's Ron Vara's math.
Exactly. But all right, let's go back to this grandpa calling into Squawk Box.
I have the best poll numbers I've ever had.
Among
I have poll numbers where I'm 71%. I have the best poll numbers. Look,
those are among Republicans. You've got.
No. Among Republicans, I'm at 94 and 95%. No, I'm talking about generally. I have the. Let me put it this way: there was a gentleman on Harry Emden yesterday on CNN, and he went crazy over how well Trump was doing. Now, you don't put that on because I think CBS is a shade. Actually, CNN's a shade better than NBC. I think NBC is probably the worst of them all. But if you check CNN tomorrow, watch Harry Emden, and you'll see about the numbers. But that's okay. We have to defend ourselves, Joe.
I know, but there are other. They can cite. Your haters cite polls that have you down in the 30s, Mr. President. And,
yeah, but they're fake polls, Joe. I had a lot of fake polls. You also have me in the 70s. I have fake polls. Fox gives me terrible polls all the time. They do nothing, but I never had a good poll with Fox. And then I win an election, and I go through the roof. Because, look, I won every swing state, did I not? I won every swing state. Andrew, I won the popular vote by millions of votes. Even though they tried like hell to cheat, I won by millions of votes. I won the counties, and all of the counties. I won 2,750 to 502. And I won the election in a landslide. And obviously that's only, we're only 6 months in. But my poll numbers are better now, much better than during the election. And now part of that is because the Democrat Party is self-destructing. I mean, when you have low IQ people like Crockett. I wonder if she's in a relationship to the late, great Davy Crockett, who was a great gentleman. I wonder if she's got any relationship to Davy Crockett.
Great gentleman. By the way, I do not believe that, but
Oh, what's that?
Mike Flood started playing. Sorry.
I heard that this morning, and I was like, when he paused before Democrats, I was like, it's going to be Jasmine Crockett, 100%, because he's obsessed with her.
Have I brought up a black woman
because
yet?
Of the,
Have I brought up a black person yet?
Yeah.
And I knew he was going with Davy Crockett when he's.
I wonder if she's married to Davy Crockett.
Great.
Davy
the
Crockett.
Late great Davy Crockett. When did Davy Crockett die?
Gotta be 1790.
Crockett. I haven't been able to come up with a nickname for her except for Black Lady, and that doesn't have the ring to it.
Why does he call her Crackpot Crockett? It's right there. He's losing his fastball.
Oh, that is good.
190 years ago, a Davy Crockett died.
But he's making a comeback. People are talking about Crockett.
Late great.
Why are you against age gap marriages? Also, that Nate Silver.
Is that it? Where else does he go?
No, that's based. I mean, we could go for a sec, but I just want to clarify, like that.
Got a Daniel Boone chunk.
Yeah, that average from Nate Silver is actually way rosier than what the picture is because it includes things like Rasmussen, which is a junk Republican poll. But like Gallup and is probably the best polling in our country, and they have him in the high 30s. Their last poll had Donald Trump at his second lowest approval rating, including his first term, where he bottomed out closer to low 30s. So you never hear this in coverage unless it's an aside like this, and then he gets bullied into kind of just like being quiet about it with Donald Trump and be like, okay, because our media is so scared to point out how unpopular this guy is with the rest of the country because he's intimidating them with these lawsuits and all this other garbage. It's actually a little scary.
Okay, whatever you say. Daniel Boone was a man.
Has there ever been a more perfect name for a show? Squawk Box.
Squawk
Oh my
Box.
God.
So that guy is just on
Grandpa.
the toilet. He's clearly in the bathroom.
Oh, yes.
Keep playing.
Crockett. I wonder if she's in a relationship to the late, great Davy Crockett, who was a great gentleman. I wonder if she's got any relationship to Davy Crockett, the great old Davy Crockett. But you have this woman Crockett. She's a very low IQ person. Somebody said the other day she's one of the leaders of the party. I said, you got to be kidding.
Well,
I wouldn't say that.
no, he once ranked on social media. He was like from dumbest to smartest. Crockett dumbest, then it was like Ilhan Omar, and then AOC. He's just doing.
What do they have in common?
Race science from like.
Yes.
I mean, that's what.
Even the Crockett.
Well,
David
it's
Crockett,
more of an art.
Crockett was
It's
a slave
not so
owner.
much a science.
He's making a dig at maybe she's descended from a slave owner and got the last name from him. I think that's what he's doing with the.
Do you think so?
I think so. Yeah.
He, I mean,
Black named Crockett from Texas.
yeah. Where did he
How'd
get that?
happen?
Where did she get that name?
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's. Pull up Harry Emden.
Emden.
He said it twice too. That's the best.
I know.
He's completely losing it. But
Dementia
listen,
Don.
The bottom line is, all of this stuff is going to shake out over the next 6 months in terms of the economy. At the very least, he's not going to be able to call in and talk about, Jasmine Crockett or Davy Crockett or the 2020 election and how he really won it, or how 6 million immigrants. That's how he lost the popular vote against Hillary Clinton, and on and on.
Actually, the 2016 election was the stolen one.
Don't you like how it wasn't stolen or rigged when Trump was president? Or it was stolen or rigged when he was president, that election, but it wasn't somehow stolen and rigged when Biden was in power. It's a little weird.
It's weird. You don't get it. Daniel
IQ,
Boone
Emma.
was a man. Since we're just talking about Trump, let's just. There's a lot to be learned from Donald Trump at times, and that is appreciation for people who work for you.
Where are you going with this?
Here's Donald Trump
Oh, God.
talking about Caroline Levitt.
Oh, my gosh. He's just being a good boss and giving positive feedback.
That's right. And so credit where credit's due. Here is Donald Trump.
Why do a compliment sandwich when you could just do a compliment pastiche?
Here we go.
But she's on my list. Caroline Levitt.
She's become a star. It's that face, it's that brain, it's those lips, the way they move like she's a machine gun. Is she in the room?
She's in the room.
She's a star, and she's great. She's a great person, actually, but she's, I don't think anybody has ever had a better press secretary than Caroline. She's been amazing.
Mr. President, thank you. But she's on.
He also talks like he's had a mini stroke there, too.
Dementia Don. He has real health issues. He's got real issues, health-wise.
One can
I'm just saying.
One can have aspirations.
I mean, maybe Caroline Levitt should just walk into the room. He might get so excited that he might keel over and save us all a bunch of pain as a country.
She's a star.
She's a star.
A spokesperson of a country that's arming a country starving people to death.
What do you think the White House HR department is like? Do you think that they just set up a Halloween skeleton in an office and call it a day?
I think it's probably where you get your pills.
I was just going to say, that's exactly.
No, they just have a Botox doctor in there to juice people up.
Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.